Right, so let's try our first example in NLTK, and one of the things that we need to do to be able to do that is open up idle. You've already got Python on there, so if you type Python you can run Python directly like that, but the editor that we're going to use is called idle. Type idle, and there we have it. So that's a Python 3.8 I've got here, that's what we downloaded. Now I'll show you how to do it from a file in a minute, but at the moment we've got the Python prompt here. There was some questions in the lecture about using PyCharm. Yes, by all means, but you'll need to learn that yourself. But for example on this, if I just want to do print the classic start, hello world.
Hello world.
Hello world, that's even better. I'm going to do hello world because I like that. So print hello world, and there we have it, hello world. So that's our first program to make sure that idle is working. So now I'll hand you over to Mike, who's going to show you a walkthrough of the very simple NLTK examples contained in the lab script.
Okay, so to start off, when we look at the lab script, we've got some basic setup tasks that we need to do in NLTK. And the first one is to download the corpuses and the relevant tagged annotated information that's offered by NLTK. We can use these corpuses in all of our algorithms and assignments to help us test.
So the corpus is your big database.
A corpus is a collection of texts, a collection of, and they may include books, media transcripts, telephone transcripts, all these kind of things.
Yep.
So to start off, the first thing we need to do is tell Python that we want to use the NLTK library.
Yep.
We do that with the import command, which is used to use any library, NLTK. And hopefully now, we should have no error. Right? That means that NLTK has been accessed and Python is happy with it. Then we're going to download the corpuses. So we are nltk.download.
And you're just copying directly from the script, aren't you?
At the moment we're just going from the script just to give you a walkthrough. So we hit this now. We pop up this lovely dialogue that's executed here, and this tells us what we have in the dialogue. And as the lab script says, in the ensuing dialog box, choose book, which downloads all of the corpora used in the examples in the NLTK book. So we can see book here, yeah, and we can see our download button. So I'm going to click on book and I'm going to download. And this is a rather large corpus, so it's going to take a few seconds to do this. And then, once this is completed, we'll just let this finish off here. This is preparing all of our example data now, so we can just dive right in and start using the NLTK.
So basically that's putting onto the hard drive a series of text-based resources that we're going to use, yeah?
Exactly. Okay, it looks good there. So if we close this dialog now, we get our command prompt.
Oh, Mike, I'm just going to shut my mailbox down so that it doesn't appear and disturb everybody. It's the easiest way to do that, isn't it? Sorry.
Okay, so let's now
So we've got a true there showing
we've got a true.
It's done it. So
It's done it. So let's now, we want to tell Python that we want to use the book from the NLTK. So if we go, this is another type of import command, but we're saying from NLTK book, I want to import everything. Yeah?
Okay, cool.
And as you can see, Python's gone away and happily wanted Python in the Holy Grail.
Book of Genesis. Yeah, we could have a lot of fun with it. The Book of Genesis, chat corpus, there's lots of stuff there.
So as we can see, the list that shows our 9 texts that's specified in our lab script. English novels, which are quite famous, a Wall Street Journal, the corpus of articles, and it totals 1 million words from the Wall Street Journal newspaper. So there's lots of lovely information in here. We can see the Wall Street Journal down here, a chat corpus, this would be quite interesting.
And each one of these are tens of thousands of words, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them millions.
Yeah.
Okay, so so we can move on now to say, let's say we want to list the words in a particular text, right? We can use the tokens methods to do this. So if we wanted to look at the first 5 tokens in the Moby Dick corpus, text 1, Yeah, as we can see, text 1, Moby Dick by Herman Melville, 1851. If we want to see,
it was that old,
no, I didn't. It's a classic, that one. If we want to see the first 5 tokens in that Moby Dick corpus, we can do this by typing in. We want to look at text 1, which is the book we want to access, and we use our dot to say that we want to access something within that.
Okay, and we see a pop up here, so it's recognising that quite nicely.
And I'm going to choose the tokens option.
Yep.
Yeah, which again, this pop up helps us know what we can choose, and I want to see the first 5.
So that's Python for 0 to 5, yeah?
Yeah.
But not including 5, so the first 5.
Yeah. And now I press enter on this, and what do we get?
Look
we
at
see
that.
We see that. So we see.
So that's the title of the book we're seeing there.
Yep. We see Moby Dick by Herman, and you know, just to show an example of that, if we increase that a little bit, if we just copy this down here, and we put this up to 0 to 10, let's see what we get there. See, now we're looking at more tokens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just explain to me as a newbie to this that, so a token, surely that's just words I'm looking
A
at.
token can be words, it can be sentences, it can be
anything which is in quotes and separated by colours.
Yeah, it can also be in numbers. It can also be, what a token is the part of information that we're going to work with. So for example, we can take a text and break it down into sentences and use a sentence as a token.
Okay.
We can break a sentence down into words, and each word can be a token.
Yeah.
If we look at the bigram model that looks at 2 words, we can join those 2 words together and call that as one token.
Well, I see there that it's in single quotes here, so it means that the token, whatever it is, could just be a series of random characters, would always be between those.
Not necessarily words, because look, we have a number here that's also included. So token, very important. So okay, if we move on from that, and it says in the example, let's try a different text. So we'll look at text 7. Text 7 is the Wall Street Journal, and we'll look from 0 to 5, and we'll see
money. I would have thought that to come up with.
so if ever you forget what the texts are, we can just type texts like so, and it will relist that information. And that.
Okay, do Monty Python soon.
Do Monty Python. Okay, let's have a look here. So what text was Monty Python?
Just go in there to the, I don't know, the 500th to the 510th word or something.
Okay, let's see what. So we text 6.
Wouldn't that be funny if it came up as this is a
great code.
Yes.
Let's go from 500 to the 510. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Master, if he wants to join my court at Camelot.
Oh no! No prizes for guessing what that one is.
Okay, well let's see how many words, how many tokens are actually in this. So text 6, and I'm going to use counts. I want to see what we actually end up with. Oh, we've got an error there.
Some more information.
Actually, yes, well, that's right, because I want to count how many times it says Camelot.
Okay.
Let's try that. So text.
This is amazingly powerful, isn't it?
Count. And then inside here, I am going to type in Camelot. I'm going to spell it correctly.
Is this case sensitive or not?
Let's have a look. Let's try it in a minute. So I have 26 instances of the word Camelot.
Yep.
And let's see if that is case sensitive. Yes, it
Obviously it is, yeah. So if we spell Camelot lowercase, we might get a slightly different number.
Yeah.
Now, there's of course a way around that, because inside Python we can turn uppercase to lowercase and so on.
Yes, normalization.
Normalization. We'll see examples of that later on.
Okay, that's the end of the first part of the lab script. Stick around for some more videos.